This is the second of those Cycclevolt 300 ampere hour lithium iron phosphate batteries that I got. And found a small issue with trying to configure these for parallel operation. Is, you'll see there's that blank spot above the blinking SOC light on the front panel. And there used to be a dip switch for setting the battery address. And evidently they just changed the design of these, and these are now quote-unquote self-configuring in terms of their battery addressing. But yeah, getting this to talk to my original battery, which does have that dip switch, basically what I had to do was I had to set that one as address 2, and this one then auto-configures to address 1, because that seems to be what it defaults to. But yeah, so if you get these in different lots, then configure them may be a little bit non-trivial, and definitely poke whoever your supplier is, because these are sold under a number of different marks. These particular ones are Cycclevolt. I've also seen Economic Power, GLC Energy. And again, these things are, $2,000 a piece. It's not easy to just go out and buy a whole bunch of them to compare their relative strengths and weaknesses. But yeah, something to watch out for if you get a hold of some of these batteries. Although, other than that, the performance doesn't seem to be that bad as of late. Because I am running a bunch of my outdoor lighting off of these and my Solarc 5K. And yeah, like the original battery I got, I left this thing on the default Pylon Tech protocol, and of course it talks to the Solarc right away. Even has the correct capacity. Also, these aren't exactly 300 ampere hours. Now this one reported as being 291 ampere hours when I got it. And evidently that's just, the BMS accurately tracks whatever, blah blah blah. And of course also like the other one, this didn't ship from the factory fully balanced, so just using it with enough solar that this thing does come up to 100% every day. It is slowly balancing it, and with the two batteries that I got now, once it gets to 100%, then it'll just feed about 110 watts to the batteries, just whatever the bypass current in the BMSs is. And yes, I am still looking into getting a hold of a couple spare BMSs, because unlike lead acid, these things, it's kind of important for them. There's the battery touchscreen. It's 82% state of charge, charging at 50 odd, 60 odd amperes. It's bouncing around a bit because of variable sun. And the first battery that I got in late June, say 78% state of charge. This one's only 26.26 ampere hours. Got 26, 30, bouncing around a bit. Because this one was in service for over a month. Again, full charging each day, and so this one is a bit better balanced than the new one, but it is slowly coming up. Also, I did try top balancing this one once I got the second battery. I took this one out of service for a day with a power supply. It's just this cheap Waptec thing. And it didn't work, because once this thing goes into quote-unquote fault mode, it will not charge from anything that it can't directly talk to. Because given that these are closed loop with the Solarc, these will tell the Solarc to basically back off to whatever their balancing current is, and because it can't do that with a power supply, it doesn't charge, which is annoying. But gave me an excuse to get a 60 volt bench supply, which is useful.